Damn it, David, what did I tell you? You have got to stop with the adultery bullshit. What are you going to do? What if Constance finds out? I can't have you spread syphilis to the packs, she wolves, and I need to know immediately where you contracted it from. I heard Alpha Scott yell. I don't think I have ever heard him yell this loudly. Alpha Scott started to chuckle, then slammed his fist on his desk. Bullshit, David. I think you know exactly where you contracted it, and just don't want to tell me about the woman. So I will give you an ultimatum, give her name, or I will have to strip you of your title. Plus, we are going to arrange for your sweet daughter to go away with me, this weekend. Let's say, a business trip of sorts, he said. Holy st, there is some seriousness here. Like I said, I don't think I have ever heard Alpha Scott this pissed off, and I don't understand why my dad is being so secretive. Surely he won't do this to Melian either. Beating her is one thing, but giving your minor daughter to a grown-ass man for his perversion is something else. My dad was quiet for a few moments, but finally spoke up. Fine, Scott, the only woman I have been with other than Constance in the past 3 years is your sister, Margot. That is the truth. I promise you. Dad sounded defeated, and when he gets like that, his anger becomes uncontrollable. I knew exactly who his wrath would be taken out on too, Melian. I waited another minute before lightly knocking on the door. Come in, the Alpha called. Opening the door and peeking my head in, I asked if I could speak to my dad. Alpha Scott nodded and dismissed my dad. What is it, son? He asked. Do you still need me to pick up Mel from school? He put his hands on his hips and thought for a moment. Yes, but I don't want you to take her home. I want you to meet me, Eric and Todd at the old warehouse by the lake. Don't tell your stepmother where we are going, he demanded. Internally, my insides were shaking. I knew what they were going to do to her, and even worse, what Alpha Scott was going to do once they were finished. What is going on, Jason? You are scaring the st out of me. I pleaded with him. Let's drive. I need to get off of the pack territory before I speak, he said. I could hear the worry in his voice, which only increased my panic. Mel, sis, I truly do not know how to even start this conversation. So, we are going to rip the band-aid off, and I'm just going to be honest and blunt. Earlier today, I was supposed to attend a meeting with Dad and the Alpha. When I was about to walk in, I heard them arguing. Dad apparently had been cheating on Constance for a long time with the Alpha's sister. The sister had given Dad syphilis, and he just found out. With it being something serious like that, he had to tell Alpha Scott. Needless to say, he didn't take the news well. He's worried about Dad's SL antics and spreading it to other wolves in the pack. To calm the Alpha and get his silence, he made Dad a deal. This is the part you aren't going to like. Dad was given an ultimatum because he refused to tell where he contracted the STD. He was instructed to give the name, or be stripped of his title. Plus, the Alpha gets you for a weekend to do whatever he pleases with you. He said with disgust. Tears started to fill my eyes, and I started to tremble. Me? Why would he want me? I'm nobody. What about the Luna? I whimpered. He took my hand in his and replied, Mel, I wish I knew. It's disgusting, but that's not all, there's more. Dad, he feels degraded, and you know how much he hates that. Therefore, he is livid, and is looking to take it out on someone. He turned back to me, and said, Melian, Dad gave me an assignment with very specific instructions. I don't want to do it. Until Rebecca and I can figure out how to get away safely, and take you with us, I don't feel like I have a choice but to follow through. Dad wants me to take you to the empty warehouse near the lake. Him, Eric and Todd are supposed to meet us there. I don't know exactly what he has planned, but I'm sure it isn't good. I can't do it, Mel. Jason, take me to where you have to. I can't allow you to suffer consequences for not doing what Dad says. You have Rebecca and Trinity to look after. I will be fine. I can do this one more time. Take one for the team, right? Tomorrow I will be a legal adult, and he can't control whether I leave or stay. I'll make my escape then, and even if I have to do it alone, I won't have to go through the torture anymore. I said to him in confidence. The look on his face went from distraught to anger. I froze in my spot, afraid to speak another word. Are you crazy, Mel? What if he beats the piss out of you and then just hands you over to Scott? Then you not only have to go through the beatings, but Ari too. He pleaded with me to change my mind. I'm not crazy, well, at least not diagnosed, but I digress. This is the only way to get everyone to drop their guard, and for us to get out safely. Please don't fight me about this. Please, Jason. I am going to go there with or without you. If I don't, he kills us both, and that is guaranteed, I yelled. He looked defeated but agreed. promising to not be far, just in case it got out of control. I picked up my phone to call Jason when the door opened. The little ST came through. He has been unpredictable since his newfound love and protectiveness for his baby sister came about. Nice to know he still listens to his dear old dad. Jason, Melly, nice of you both to finally join us. I smirked. I could tell she was unsure of what was going on, and that Jason was more than angry at us. It didn't matter to me though, because in the grand scheme of things, I always get what I want. Please come have a seat, Melly. I'm sure you are tired from your hard day at school. I chirped with an evil chuckle. I noticed Melian jump, and I knew instantly she was afraid. Good. I signaled to Todd and Eric to flank her on both sides in case she tried to run, and then I looked over at Jason. You are free to go, son. We will make sure she gets home. He shook his head and tried to persuade me to let him stay. After seeing that wasn't going to happen, he reluctantly left us. I turned back to Melian and saw that she was sitting in the chair that had been placed for her. Now, Melly, you are going to be a good girl, and take what you deserve. You will do exactly what you are told at all times. If you beg, plead, grovel, or whatever you choose to do to try and get yourself out of this, it will only get worse. The more you scream or cry, the longer it will last. Are we at an understanding? I asked as I laid out the rules. She said nothing. As I turned to face her, I backhanded her in the face. I asked you a question, young lady. I raged.